Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky is calling out Russia for shattering a so-called Easter truce with relentless attacks. What's really going on here? Is this a genuine attempt at peace gone wrong, or just another chapter in this devastating war? Grab a seat, hit that like button, and let's break it down. To understand this story, we need to rewind a bit. Russia's invasion of Ukraine, now in its third year, has left millions displaced, cities in ruins, and over 600 churches and places of worship damaged or destroyed, according to Ukrainian officials. Ceasefire promises aren't new, both sides have made them before, often tied to religious holidays like Orthodox Christmas or Easter, which is a major celebration in both Ukraine and Russia. But these truces rarely hold. Back in January 2023, Putin declared a 36-hour Christmas ceasefire, only for fighting to continue unabated. Ukraine, for its part, has consistently rejected unilateral truces without guarantees, fearing they give Russia time to regroup. Fast forward to April 2025, and the stakes are higher than ever, with global leaders, including US President Donald Trump, pushing for peace talks amid a war-weary world watching closely. On Saturday, April 19, 2025, Russian President Vladimir Putin made a surprise announcement, a 30-hour unilateral ceasefire in Ukraine, starting at 6 p.m. Moscow time and lasting until midnight on Sunday, April 20th. Putin framed it as a humanitarian gesture for the Easter weekend, a time of spiritual reflection for millions of Orthodox Christians. The Kremlin claimed it would halt all military operations, including shelling and assaults, to allow civilians to celebrate in peace. But according to Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, this truce was nothing more than a hollow promise. In a series of posts on X and public statements, Zelensky reported that Russian forces launched a staggering 387 instances of shelling in 19 ground assaults during the supposed ceasefire period. Air raid sirens echoed across Kyiv, Odessa, and other regions, while Russian drones buzzed ominously in Ukrainian skies. Zelensky accused Russia of orchestrating the impression of a ceasefire while continuing targeted attacks to seize territory and inflict casualties. He didn't mince words, suggesting that either Putin has lost control of his military or this was a deliberate ploy to score diplomatic points, possibly with the US, where President Trump has been vocal about wanting a resolution. Russian state media, meanwhile, spun a different narrative, claiming Ukraine violated the truce with its own attacks. Some Moscow residents, quoted in international reports, expressed skepticism about Kyiv's willingness to honor any ceasefire, while others doubted Putin's sincerity. For Ukrainians, the broken truce was a bitter reminder of the war's toll. Zelensky highlighted that Easter, a holiday symbolizing hope and renewal, has become a time of resilience for a nation enduring 1,152 days of conflict. So, what's the bigger picture here? Zelensky's response to the truce tells us a lot. He didn't just call out the attacks, he proposed extending the ceasefire for 30 days, arguing that a mere 30 hours is enough for headlines but not for meaningful peace. This move was strategic. By exposing Russia's violations and offering a longer truce, Zelensky keeps the moral high ground while putting pressure on Putin to prove his intentions. But let's be real, trust between these two sides is non-existent. Russia's track record of broken ceasefires, combined with Ukraine's refusal to pause without ironclad guarantees, makes any truce fragile at best. There's also a geopolitical angle. Putin's announcement came amid renewed US calls for negotiations, with Trump reportedly eager to broker a deal. Was this truce a nod to Washington, a way to appear cooperative while keeping the pressure on Ukraine? Possibly. On the flip side, Zelensky's defiance signals to his allies, especially in Europe and NATO, that Ukraine won't settle for symbolic gestures. For ordinary Ukrainians, though, this is more than politics. Easter services held in bomb shelters and war-torn churches underscore a nation's unyielding spirit, as Zelensky put it, believing that life will always triumph over evil, and that's where things stand in Ukraine, a truce promised, but peace still out of reach. What do you think? Was Putin's ceasefire a genuine olive branch, a publicity stunt, or something else entirely? And how should Ukraine and its allies respond? Drop your thoughts in the comments, I read every single one. If you found this breakdown helpful, smash that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss an update. For more on this story, check out the links in the description to sources like BBC News, The Guardian, and posts on X. This is Arya from Click Trends Now, signing off. Stay curious, stay informed, and we'll see you in the next one.